Hey everybody, Crystal Gamer here, and welcome to my channel where I do all things Sims, and where today we are going to look at how to create sunken pools, sunken fire pits, sunken rooms, and, well, really all things sunken. This tutorial is by request, which I love, so please include any more requests in the comments below. And I don't know if the person who requested this wants their name sent on video or not, so I'll refrain, but thank you very much to that person. And lastly, before I begin, if you're into The Sims, I put out builds, tutorials, fashion shows, pack reviews, challenges, and more. So if you are not yet subscribed, do hit that little red button below and the bell next to it. And now that you have done that, let's get into it. So I have this little build here that I created in about 3.2 seconds. And the big key here for this is that it's raised. Now, it doesn't have to be, we don't have to have a deck attached to a house or anything like that. You can have a separate deck. But if you're trying to create something sunken, it has to be sunken into something. So it has to be sunken into the foundation. So you have to create something that's raised. And in this case, I built this house, raised it up, and have this huge deck back here that I want to put a pool into. So, all right, so how are we going to do this? This is so easy, you're going to die. Now, there are a couple of things after the initial easy piece that you probably need to know, but the easy piece is just create a room and then delete that room, and there you have your sunken area. And obviously you can make it whatever shape you want, but I just did a rectangle just for ease. But so you have your sunken area there, and you can create your pool. Now, there are a couple of things that you have to know about this. One, if you take a pool and you try to create it from here and you go by the corner, it's going to create it at the same height as the deck, which is obviously not sinking it and defeats the entire purpose. So how you actually have to do the pool is you've got to do it inside the sunken part. And then from there, after that, then you can expand it out to all sides. Now, if you have trouble with stairs here, say I want to add in some stairs, maybe just put a little tile down, add in some stairs. Let's go with these brown stairs here. Now I'm going to turn them around and see, in this case, it gives me an error. It tells me that I have no ground floor at the bottom. So basically, either the pool is too big or the stairs are too high. So two ways we can alleviate that. We can either take the pool and go one back and make it smaller, and then we can get our stairs in there just fine. Or the other option is we can keep the pool larger, but we can reduce the height of the house, or the whole build. So I take it down a little bit so that the stairs are shorter, and there we go. Now I can fit them in there. So if that works for your build. There is one other way to handle this. If we want to keep the house higher, we can just turn the stairs. Now, obviously, if you have it like this, you can't turn the stairs here. So just take them someplace else, like to the side or something like that. And then you can turn the stairs here, and then you can put them in like that. So yeah, so that might be another thing to be aware of. Now, the other thing that you probably want to know in here is, what about the inside foundation? Especially if you're doing something, a sunken thing inside the house, you may not want the same foundation covering as what we have on the outside. So how you can do this, if you are not already aware of this little trick, say I want this to be the inside foundation. All I do is hit Shift and hold it down, and it'll do one wall at a time. So shift and hold it down, and you can see the outside is still staying. When I mouse over it, it colors it, but it doesn't actually permanently color it. So I'm holding shift and clicking, shift and clicking. And so we can see that we've got that lattice work on the interior and the regular foundation on the exterior, which is particularly helpful if you're doing something inside the house. Now, of course, what we just did outside here, this works for a fire pit as well too. You just take out the pool, put whatever you want in here, and again, you can make it whatever room shape you want. You just make a room and delete it, and that's it. Now for inside, there's one little thing you need to know for inside. It's done the same way, right? So we just make a room, say I want this to be a sunken living room. Click on that, poof, it's a room now. Now, it is a separate room, so that's one thing to know is when you have something like this, it is considered a separate room. It's not considered, you can see when I click on the house, I've got one big large room, and then this is a separate area. So just be aware of that for gameplay purposes. And the other thing that you need to be aware of is that once you do this, your roof has disappeared in this location. So if I go up and I pull this roof back, I've got no roof there. Now, if for some reason, like maybe your lighting changes or something like that, you can take this flat square and just go over this and put that up there. So like if for some reason you want that roof space there, or say it goes to the outside, say it's a deck area or whatever it is, you can just eliminate that way. And that way you have your sunken area and you're good. And so I think that about covers it for sunken things. And if this was helpful to you, make sure you hit that like button and let me know what you thought in the comments down below if you have any other questions or any other requests for tutorials. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. Hope to see you all back again next time. Bye now.